Standing here in a group like this, it's emotional because it's full of kind people that Cooper loved being around. The people who understood the mindset, the sacrifice, and the standard that comes with wearing that patch. I was about 7 months pregnant, and Cooper and I were at a Cody Johnson concert in Houston. SWAT tryouts were the next morning back home, and Cooper had been talking about maybe trying out next year. So of course I supported him. That night we went to bed talking about it, what it would mean and how hard it would be, and how bad he wanted it. Next thing I know, it was about midnight, and Cooper wakes me up and tells me to get in the car. We were going home. He said he was trying out for SWAT the next morning. I was 7 months pregnant, not exactly thrilled about jumping in the car in the middle of the night for a several-hour drive, but that was Cooper. When he decided something mattered, he didn't wait, he went all in. And he made the team. From that moment on, SWAT wasn't just something he did, it was part of who he was. He lived it, he believed in it, and he respected what it meant. Fast forward a few months, it was our last night at home before we went to the hospital to have our daughter. We're sitting there on the couch, soaking up that last quiet night before life's changed forever, and Cooper gets a SWAT call out. And just like that, he's gone, but that's what this job demands sometimes. Cooper used to say something all the time, "You're SWAT or you're not." To him, that meant something deeper than just passing a tryout or wearing a patch. It meant commitment, it meant discipline, it meant preparation for the worst day you might ever face. Cooper didn't just train on SWAT days. He wasn't someone who just checked the box because the department required it. He was at the range at least once a week, sometimes more. He was constantly signing up for training, traveling to classes, and learning from other teams, pushing himself to be better. Not because someone told him to, but that's because he knew what was on the line. The night Cooper was killed, his training kicked in, every bit of it. The reps, the hours, and the discipline, it all showed up in those final moments. Yes, Cooper lost his life that day, but because of his actions and because of his training and because of how seriously he took this job, other officers went home that night. Their families didn't get the knock on the door, and their kids don't have to grow up without a dad, but mine do. That's why I'm standing here. I'm not trying to scare you, not trying to make this heavy, but to remind you how real this job is. Every rep you do, every time you go to the range, every training you sign up for, and every moment you push yourself when you're tired, it matters. Because one day without warning, you might need it. And when that moment comes, you won't rise to the occasion, you'll fall back on your training. Please don't let your wife and kids end up in my shoes because this job wasn't taken seriously by you. Because I promise you something, the call that changes everything doesn't come with a warning. One day you're leaving the house like any other shift, and the next day your wife is planning your funeral. Train like your life depends on it. Train like your teammates' life depend on it, because they do. That's the kind of officer Cooper was, and if he